3 ways to overcome shame that has been put upon you for wanting to learn energetic practices. Hi, my name is Liesl Hill. I am a Christian and a practicer of energy work, and I specialize in how energy work shows up in the Bible. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to learn more about, make sure and hit that follow button. Okay, so what are 3 ways to overcome shame when it comes to wanting to learn energy practices? Because so often we are shamed away from it by other Christians, and that is really, really difficult to overcome. Number 1, in the Bible, the phrase fear not or be not afraid or some iteration of that concept is repeated by Jesus more than 300 times. Okay, living in fear is the best way to spiritually stop your progression. And to say that something is evil or that we might accidentally offend God or something like that is living in a state of fear. The second thing to understand is that in Jesus's day, the Pharisees and the Sanhedrin, they were the religious institutions of the time. And he was doing things that were very outside the norm of what was established, organized religion. And they hated him for it. In fact, many times they tried to kill him for it. And what they would do is they would realize that what he was doing was a threat to them and a threat to their establishment. But then they would fall back on the letter of the law, completely dismissing the fact that he had done this miraculous thing. Okay, so when you have religions, other Christians, institutions that are doing the same thing to you, saying that's bad because it's not the way that we were taught to have religion, just understand you're going through the exact same thing that Jesus went. But I mean, you read in the Bible and that's exactly what was happening. They were shaming people away from what Christ was teaching because it didn't line up with the very letter of the law of Moses that they had been taught. This was something greater than that. It was something that transcended that. And that was very much a threat to them. Finally, I want you to consider the story of the woman who had an issue of blood. She was sick. She had been sick her whole life, and she touched Jesus's garment and was healed. Okay, that is a classic example of energy healing, and it had nothing to do with anyone else except her. She believed that if she touched his garment, she could be healed. And he felt it, and she really thought he was going to get mad at her and she was going to be in trouble. But that's not what happened. He smiled, he congratulated her on her faith, and he told her that it was her and her belief and her faith that had healed her, and then told her to go on her way. And he was so happy for her that she was able to do that for herself. In fact, energy work is synonymous with work of the Spirit, and that is what he's trying to get us to do. Take heart, take these things and consider them, and try to dismiss, work through, and get over those feelings of shame, because that is someone else putting their beliefs on you.